Hello friends, how are you doing today? Oh man. Okay. Okay. So yeah, hello again. Today we are going to continue with the Famousity mobile version made in Godot in C# more specifically. And we can actually check where we left on the last stream. So let me run the game. Okay, so this is what we got so far. So let's just summarize. We got a nice setup of me and bots. We have everything playing. We can basically zoom to the play cards, we can zoom to the other table cards if there are any, and we can actually play the cards and try to win. So let me try to win this card, maybe with this one. Actually, he's got much more, so I don't have a chance. So, yep. And we also have our new hut with score and players playing the game, and that we actually done on the last stream. I made small changes here. I was sharing the font the last time between the cards where there was a font size of 100, and I changed it so the card actually does have its own font, and the other UI hut has its own font with size set to 16, so it's not so big. And when we have a look at the theme, you can see the components better with the smaller font. Okay, today I'm going to focus on the what? Maybe I will finish all the actions. So we are combining the cards. They are disappearing from the table, and then we can maybe start. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to do yesterday. I wanted to actually be able to move on the table as well as on the hand. So by sliding, I'm able to move left and right and see all my cards if I have too much or too many. Also on the table, the same thing here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to focus today. And maybe if there is time, I will also check the other actions missing. We can have a look at the code right now. So what's important to have it playable. So this is combine cards, which is basically combining cards from the table, and they should disappear and create points. So we can do this one today if you have time, and the next one should be, and yeah, and then we actually need to focus on the actions. So actions like stealing, exchanging cards, or destroying card. So this is what we're going to do after this movement. Okay, so I didn't prepare it for today, so it's gonna be like the last stream. I might struggle a little bit, so we will see. That's not an issue. Actually, I wanted to turn this off. Okay, so where to start? We need to start with the dragging action or input, and we want to actually do it on. Okay, let's start with the what would be the easiest. Okay, let's start with the hand. Actually, we want to have it on hand for hand. So First of all, I need to have some area which will take inputs. Okay, players, local hand player. Okay, here we are here. Okay, so this local hand player, hand should have an area. This area should have some collision shape, and this collision shape will be set to box shape. And then we can adjust it to our card sizes, maybe. Okay, let's make it a little bit thinner. And actually, I would like to, I will probably need to make it quite wide. Oops. Let me grab it. So we can catch all of the cards on the hand. Okay, it shouldn't be more than this, for sure. Okay, and collision shape area, collision. Let's just make it a little bit smaller or narrow or shorter. Okay, card container. Actually, we can do it in a card container, I believe. We will actually do. We will have another property which will says that yeah, this one is draggable. Or maybe we have a placement here, so maybe it should be based on the card placement, right? Because it will be dynamic actually. Sometimes you can have it draggable, sometimes not. For example, you don't want to have it draggable in case you don't have the camera focused on the table cards, right? So that will be another flag here, like a draggable active or something like that. But for now we need to do something like this, draggable, and we will basically decide if it's draggable by card placement. So we will start with the local player hands that will be draggable. True. Okay, yep. This should be boolean. And default we will have it false, so not draggable. And there should be also some switch, like the flag, like is draggable active or something like that, which we'll have a later. Maybe we can. But let's start with this one. Okay, and next thing would be to ready action. And what do we need to do here is to connect to input event here. So first of all, we need to get to the area for collision area. Which one does have the input events? Yep, area. So area. This might actually be null, so if node is null, is different than null, then node connect input event. Oops. So this is our signal, and we will handle it in this class. Yep. And we will use method like on input event. Okay, that should be it. And let's have it here on. Actually, I want to copy the signature because it's quite long, so let me just find the other. Okay. On input event. Okay. Now, what we want to check is if it the card container is draggable. So if it's not, then we don't do anything. If it is, then we need to check if we need to do what we need to. How do we want to handle the dragging? So you can move back and forth, like move to left and right, and okay, so but this is actually different because we are not moving the camera, we are moving the hand here in this case. But on the table we will be moving the camera here. And this will be different in such a case that I will be moving it left to the right. Actually, I will be moving it left to the right, and it should stay on a spot because I want to probably like play the card or steal it or something like that. So this will be the same, but we will not move the camera. We will move the camera. We will not move the container like in this case here. Okay, so okay, let's just begin with something, and after that we can figure out what's the best way, or we can tweak it actually, because we can start somewhere. So first of all, we need to find out if the input event is mouse input event. Input event gesture. Let me check the documentation. Maybe it's already implemented. I believe so. Okay. Godot dragging. I have an idea how to do it. Like you can check for the mouse pressed and then store the position, and then move it via the difference between those until you actually what's here. So if it's pressed and mouse motion, if pressed, blah blah blah, do stuff. But I want to do it. I want to just check if there is some other way, because I see an input event gesture here. So I wonder what this input event gesture does. Position the local gesture position relative to the viewport. If used in position relative to control. It might be this is relative to viewport. Okay, this should work actually. Viewport is also in 3D, so it doesn't matter. But okay, so we can actually check if we can use this one, blah blah blah, or gesture performed. What is missing here? Okay, why did he crash? Specify cast is not valid. What is not valid? Card container. Relayout get chat. Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, so basically the card container is layout for. It's not such an issue because I actually cannot really do it like as a generic solution because we have different behavior for different containers. I could do some parameter there to differentiate, but the problem is that it's expecting the card to be... It's expecting its child to be only cards. But it's not because I put it area here. I wonder if it's such an issue. This is actually static, isn't it? So if we just do it here, if I do it outside of the container, I won't be able to initialize it in here, but as I'm saying, that's not an issue. I can do it anywhere. What about the other containers? Where do I put the area? I will put it on this level here, between table and play card, I believe. And I can handle it in the player. So I cannot actually use it. Okay, so if I handle it in the player, abstract player, actually local player, we have a class here. Okay, so we might do this. For local player we will use this area, and for other players we will use this area here, so we can differentiate by this. Okay, local player. Okay, and okay. I'm just thinking if the input event should be in the abstract player or on this local, but we can start with doing it here, and then we can refactor it to abstract player if it's relevant also for other players. So that's not a problem here, and we will have init. How do they call it? Actually. So, right, just want to copy it from here. Okay, so this will be on this path here. And local player and area. On input event will be this one. So we can move it here. And is draggable should be based on the hand container. So this can be made public. Okay, and we can remove it from the card container. Oops, just this part. Okay. Maybe this won't be invoked here. Maybe this is not needed here because this is always draggable. But we can. Well, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure now where I will handle the active draggable and stuff like that. So let's just move it. Let's just leave it here. So okay, so let's try it. Okay, now I will move to the left and the right. It's not working. I'm not sure if I do have the correct area set. So I will do one more thing. I will move it here to see if it's even invoking the function. Okay, yeah, it is invoking. So what we found out is that input gesture is not invoked any at all. It might be actually invoked on the mobile. Input event gesture. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's not only for the GUI elements nodes. Screen drag. Screen drag. Mouse inputs could still be there, yeah. Okay, let me check the mouse entered. I'm just checking if there are some other input events we can use. But probably not. We can use this one. We need to use this one. Okay, so input mouse input event mouse button gesture. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we do have something like that here. Let me just check one more thing, because I'm using the if we have a look at the utils, I'm using input event mouse button, but I'm not sure if that's going to be invoked on the mobile. So let me just check another project. Open this one where I'm already. This is another mobile project here, and I'm handling these input events here. Okay, it should be loading. Oh yeah, the last time it didn't load. Okay, it failed. Never mind. For some reason it's failing to load. Okay. I don't want to. Settings. Where is it set? Syntax, no, tools, yeah. Tools and oh, here, actually, this one. So this is what I'm missing here. Okay. Let me check now. Still failed. What do I have here for this one? It's a different version of Godot, so that might be the issue. They changed something in the latest version regarding the build. So let me check what's here. User bin mono, okay, and oh, I probably didn't change this. Okay, one more time. Settings. Yep, 16. Okay, cool. Okay, let me find the input event here. We do have some here. Yeah, so I'm using this one for the screen touched. So I wanted to I will need to change it. Let me check one more time. Is clicked. Yeah, so I do have something like that here as well. So we can use this one to the same. Oh wait, it's this one. Okay, no, this one. Handle on click. And I have global mouse position. Okay, so this is a little bit more tricky here, but I will copy this one and I will use it in this project here. Let me close this because I think it's this is what's crashing my stream for some reason. So input touch, even touch. Okay, pressed. Okay. Okay, let me close this one, and let me just check it if it's working. No, it's not. What did I do? Local player. Okay. Yep. Okay, so now it's not working. I think there should be some there is some argument there. Okay, never mind. I will I won't do this. It doesn't really matter if I use this or this on the for the testing. I can change it later. I will do it off stream so I don't lose time with this. I need to figure out what's the best way to do it. Okay, one more time. One more time, and we are going to go back to local player. And now, okay, let me go back here. Drag and drop. So you are handling it in a process. Drag signal. Set drag PC. Dragging. What's drag signal? It's something of 2D object probably. Even touch, even pressed. Ah, okay. So it is emitting another signal in case the even is pressed. If this button left, not pressed, then drag signal. So it's toggling it like this one. And even touch screen, if even pressed, even get index 0, self position. Okay. This is interesting because he's using the position. Yeah, so it should be working, the event. Let me just check one more thing here. So if I want to check if this screen draggable is this screen touch is actually input event is gd print screen touch. Okay. It probably isn't. Doesn't look like it is. So I'm clicking and it's not invoking the action, the lock. So let me just one more time. Screen touch. Yep. Okay, so this is working as expected. Okay, so we want to check if input event is mouse input event mouse, and actually wait, how did I input event mouse button? Yeah, input event mouse button, and if input event is pressed, I mean mouse button pressed, we will set dragging to true. In other case, we will set it to false. So let's create a field here. This will be false as initial value. Okay. And then we will have another mouse input event, which should tell us about the position. You know what? I want to check. Actually, want to check if the Godot mobile input event touch screen touch. Okay, so this is only available on mobile devices. But why is it working on the other project? Do I have to set some value there? Do I have to set the project to... I didn't actually set it to like mobile project or something. I will need to do it later. Just want to implement it as soon as possible and then to worry about the building on the Android and stuff like that, and we can test it. So I believe it should be here somewhere. Plugins maybe. Input map. Wait. Is this one? Configuration use custom. I think there is some... I think there should be some settings for the inputs or something like that. Display physics input devices. Pointing. Okay, this is the one. Emulate mouse from touch. So if true, sends touch input events when clicking or dragging the mouse. Yep. If true, sends mouse input events when tapping or swiping on the touch screen. On touch screen. So this is the other way around. So this is invoking mouse clicks. This is invoking screen touch. So now we can do the switcheroo in the utils here. Input event screen touch. So this will actually be the same, but we are using the input event screen touch as a event. So let me go back to local player and we will use the same here. Screen touch. Yeah, this is important because the screen touch also does have another function here, another property which we are going to use, and that's drag start position, input event screen touch position. Okay. And actually now we should also be able to use the else if input event is input event gesture. Input event gesture. Let me check. Gd print gesture. Maybe we won't even need these two things here, but we will see. And play. First of all, we will check the clicking. So this works as before. We can play card. Oh, we cannot play card right now because there is a card container here. Okay, so we will need to figure out this as well. Okay, I want to check the logs for... Okay, so the gesture doesn't seem to be invoked. I clicked somehow to my card. Card clicked. So maybe the width is not enough here of the container, but that's okay. Yeah, I can click. The area is okay. That doesn't matter. Okay, so this means that even the gesture is not invoked. But we will have a dragging here, and then we will check for else if input event is input event. Wait, it should be gesture. If I want to drag the screen, do I have to use mouse? No answer here. Let's check it here. position, get global mouse position. So okay, I may be using the global mouse position for that. So not even the position here. So I can check the change screen touch. Input event screen touch. Wait, it is this one. No mouse button. I'm using implement functions. Okay, I keep current picked up instance in variable capital blah, and then no. Okay. Yeah, so it is only setting the dragging here, so that's not what I wanted to do. Get global mouse position. Is it only on a canvas? Oh, that's not good. Abstract parallel is spatial. Okay, you know what? I believe I will have. I will have the else if input event is, or actually. Let me just check what the input event actually is here. So gd print input event and type, not type, what's the property called? What's the property called here? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll need to cast it as I want to have it. We can do this. Okay, let me check. So now we will have it pressed. Screen drag, it is screen. Okay, screen drag. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, of course. If input event is input event screen. Oh yeah, it was here all along. Okay, what the information we have here? So we have a position here. We have a relative position, which is cool. To its start position. To its start position. Does it mean like start position when the drag start position I have here, or does it mean to the last one? I think it should be start position here. Well, it says it is, so we can assume it is. So what I will do now is to okay, we want to move the hand container. So let's just try to do the translation directly here. Input event. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for transform actually. Translate it, and we want to translate it in x-axis. So new vector, and we want to translate only X by input event screen drag relative X, and other stuff will be 0, and we want okay. Is it? Okay, it should be it. So let me check if it's like not moving at all, or maybe based on my speed of action. It means it's not like relative to the start, but it's relative to the latest movement or latest position. Yeah, it's moving actually pretty fast. I think it's because it's based on this screen X, and I want to transform it to the global position. Yeah, that's actually true, because this is position based on screen, so it's not like position in the world. And how do I do that? Actually, is it on the camera? I believe so. It might be on the camera, but let me just check the documentation. Godot screen to world. So it's probably on the camera. Okay, the local mouse position relative mouse coordinates relative to the node that you are calling it from. Okay, is it really that simple? Well, not simple, but get. It's probably not in the C#. Get local mouse position to the node that you are calling it from. Well, get global mouse position relative to mouse position related to the current canvas layer. Yeah, okay, so it's only on canvas. Canvas items nodes. Okay, so I need to get to the camera here. So game manager, camera manager, get camera. Return camera, and then we want to world, get world. We want to project it, project position. So this should be the one. Wait, relative. What about death? It should be 0. I don't care. Oh, wait, it shouldn't be 0. It should be. Cannot be. Can be 0. It should be hand global. This one, right? So this is a world position, and we will use this world position. Actually, that's not even a position, it's the relative. Okay, so this is a little bit different, because we the relative is basically the distance between the start point and end point. So So how do we want to do it actually? So let me try. Let me check it in. So we will get the relative position, and this relative position is the drag position relative to its start position. Yeah. So it doesn't. It means that its distance from its relative position from if the start position was 0, 0, and I want to get. Will it work? Okay, let's try it. It won't work. No, it's not gonna be correct. We can try, but I don't believe it's working. It's gonna be working. The problem is it's not a screen position, and I'm basically translating it to screen position, so it's like jump somewhere totally nowhere. So what do I need to do here is to, well, you know what, let me make a utility action here. Public static void, actually not void, but vector 3 project position. So this will be vector 2, screen position, and we will have a z index as well, float z. So this will actually return the same thing as we have here. I just want to extract it to be shorter. So this is a screen position, and this is z. Away from the camera. Okay. So what do we actually need to do here is to have a distance between. Okay, so I need to transform this one to world position, input event position, and that will be hand translation in global origin z. What? So this will be vector 3. So this is our drag start position in the world actually, and new position. New position. Utils screen to world, input event screen drag position, so the same one here, global origin z, and the transform will actually be translated by the difference between those two. So the new position minus, it's on the x, minus start drag start position. So this should work. If not, then I will be digging. Okay, it does something, but okay, so I'm moving this slightly and it moves by quite a bit because it's actually Okay, give me just a second here. I'll be right back. Okay, so actually I know what is going on here, as I'm basically transforming or translating the current transform here by the difference of form start position, drag start position. It's a little bit faster because this is increasing, but this is basically already translated, like the transform which I'm translating. So one way to overcome this is to set this drag position to new position. But I'm thinking if there is some other way how to do it. Maybe I can store the hand transform like I'm storing this start position here, but it will be another one. See? So now it's moving based on my... Well, it's not like precisely moving on based on my mouse, but it's much better. And I'm a little bit worried about this releasing. Oh yeah, it's... Oh yeah, I know why. Okay. So I will need to handle it as well. Okay, so it's still not perfectly aligned with the mouse movement. And that might be caused by the Z-axis not being correctly set here, maybe. Or what else? What else could it be? It's probably the Z-axis, but I'm not sure why it should be not correct. Wait, what am I? I'm using the area. Yeah, no, I'm using the hand, so it should be this one. Okay. Let me just try one experiment here. So if I move it a little bit to the front, will it change? Is it really the Z-axis which is causing the issue? I don't feel a difference. Maybe we can do a little bit more. Actually, this is quite yeah, it's more how do you say it? Yeah, so if we do z times 0.1 f, but I wonder if why is it yeah, so now it's better, but I wonder why it's why the z-axis is not taken into the account here. So basically, wait, shouldn't it be? Oh, it's the camera is the global transform. Should it be like the relative transform? I'm moving it by the relative transform here, so relative to the camera. It will be relative to the camera, but it will be the same. Actually, yeah, that's the issue. It should be relative to the camera, shouldn't it? Like, how much do you move from the cam? No, it's all the way around. Yes, because it's moved to minus z. Yeah, so this should be okay. Exactly. So basically, when you I want the z to be the depth from the camera, and I was using the global transform here, which is not z from the camera, but it's z in the from the 0, 0, 0, and the camera is not on the 0, 0, 0, so yeah, it didn't fit. And yes, okay, so we do have this. We need to figure out how to actually cancel the screen touch out of the card. Because when I'm dragging and it's my turn, and when I release, my card will be played. Yep, which I don't want to be the case. Bye. And I will also want to limit the movement here, so it's like returning back to this position if we have it too much to the left. Okay, enough of dancing. Okay, so what should we start with? Okay, so if I click here now, it doesn't work. I need to click like above the drag area. So that's one issue, that I want to propagate the event somehow. And the other one is that if I have been dragging, so this is not dragging, this is basically drag a load. Alright, this is dragging, but maybe drag started or something like that. Drag started. And we will need to have another one which is actually dragging. So in case we are dragging, which is going to be here, so we have moved the mouse to perform some dragging. We will need to handle this differently in case of the drag released. So if drag, input event touch pressed. Okay, so if it is pressed, we want to do this, we want to do this. Else, we want to check. We want to do drag started false. And don't like this. Drag. I want to be as clear as possible, so I guess. Okay, so dragging performed was like, yeah, we had performed dragging, and in such case we don't want to propagate this event to the other inputs. So let's call something like, can we, if dragging performed, input event stop propagation or something like that. Does it have something like that? I know I'm not in JavaScript world. Actually, it is stopping the propagation, but the problem is that if I'm they actually don't, it's not like I want to stop propagation. I want the other way, because now it's doing the card play because I don't have the collision wide enough. So I want to have it a little bit wider. Let me just put one card here so I can see how it looks like. Is it this one? Okay, so a little bit more. Actually. Yep. Okay, and we want to. Okay, so this won't happen. But in case we don't really have dragging performed, so we just press it, we want to propagate the event. So we want to bubble it down. So how is it done in the... How is it done here? I'm a little bit worried that it's not probably possible, and we will have to use the global input. Let me check. Godot input event propagate. What's this? Hmm. 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 Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Game note camera. Okay, so input pickable. So it's for the area to the. Okay, so the input pickable should be. Yeah. Mm-mm. Oh, we actually have the camera here. I didn't realize. What can it say? What can we set here? Nothing probably. Device ID will be blah blah blah. Dynamic. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Sure, of course I should go to the documentation at first. So, and we're closing a game if the escape hit. Okay. Input map, input is pressed. How does it work? Okay, blah blah blah. Anatomy on viewpoint events. Actions. Input map. Yep. Wait. Okay, let me check. How does it work? Every input event is originated from the user's player, blah blah, to generate input event fed from the engine. Okay. So we have a user. He is generic input first. So this one is first. Then GUI input event. Okay, so input event is called. No one wants it. Unhandled. Collision object. No one wants it. We are going to go here. If we don't have a GUI input, yeah. So GUI input is on the top of the screen. Set input as if any function consumes the event, it can call scene set input as handled, and the event will not spread anymore. Okay, but I think it's not working as expected here because my event is handled even if I'm not evoking it, right? Input capture on track. What is this? Controller will continue to receive inputs as the mouse is dragged across its shapes. Okay. I think I understand. Space override. So this is not... Nope, this is physics-based stuff. Priority. Okay. So we can handle it like we can put a bigger priority on the card areas. But I'm not sure if this is going to solve the issue. It's going to be a little bit harder because I won't be able to use just the event to find out if it's clicked. But anyways, we can check the collision. Disabled. Oh. And collision does have what events? Nothing really. Okay, let's go back. Input capture on drag. Oh, that's not this one. Collision, that's only this. Angular down, blah blah blah. So this is nothing helpful here. Okay, so for gameplay input, not unhandling is generally better fit because it allows the GUI to intercept the events. Second, it will try to feed the input to the GUID and see if any controls can receive it. If so, it will be called via function control GUID input. Okay, that's accept the event. Okay. If so far no one consumed event, the underlying input callback will be handled. If overridden, set process underlying input. Okay. If any function consumes the event, okay. If no one wanted it and camera is assigned to the viewport, an array to the physics world will be cast. Yep. If array hits an object, it will call the collision input event. Yep. Function in the relevant physics object in case area. But the problem here is that we cannot propagate it to... Well, we could do it in this case here, I believe. Can we? Dragging false. If not dragging performed, can we do something like this? We cannot emit it on this one. Event. We can try, but I'm not sure if this is going to be what I'm looking for. Wait, can we like get to the scene? Collision object. I would need to call it on the directly on the collision object. Or I can use the raycast to find the card which is below and invoke it on that, which let's be honest, I will probably need to do. Just one more thing. Godot propagate event to areas. What? But it does, and trigger for the topmost of collision object, doesn't it? No? Am I crazy? Card. Where they handle it? Card clicked. Oh. GD print card input. There is some card input here. Why is it only on this part? Why this is strange. So is it propagating to all the areas or not? Is clicked.
Any ideas?
Book. So this should be invoking card clicked. It actually is, but it's not here anymore. It is here. Now I'm very confused. Did I leave anything here in card container? In local player? Oh, I did actually. Does this have any? This would be great, but it's not really. No, it's not that. It actually might be the. Oh, it won't be that. That's really strange. Like it's. I'm confused. It's my turn. So I cannot click here. I can't click there. So it's like is it not long enough? It's quite long, isn't it? I mean white. So it cannot be that. But it's quite narrow, so okay, let me just make it a little bit more white, so we don't have like some overlapping of the cards or something like that. Yeah, so it was because of that. Because we had it too narrow and the card was probably over the area in some cases. Yeah, so I cannot click there anymore. Okay, so let me just check this one as well. Yeah, so this is not working. Okay, so okay, so there is not really no solution for that, is it? Set input as handled. Get tree. Get tree. Set input as handled. Marks the most recent input even as handled. What if I don't want to make it as handled? Set input. Meh. Is input handled? So returns true if the most recent input event was marked and handled. This is actually not really relevant for our areas because it's not in the it's not. Yep. So oh yeah. Not quite right. If it's marked as handled before this point, none will receive it. But marking it as handled doesn't work during this stage. Are all applicable collision to be supposed to receive the event even after it's marked as handled? This is strange because he's basically saying that the input if it's on triggers on the topmost, or he wants to have it trigger on the topmost collision, but I'm actually perceiving the same the issue that it is handled there. You can't. Also, I thought this no. I thought this was done by raycasting. Casting errors, shouldn't the rake only hit one? No, there is a lot of but there isn't. What do you see here on hitbox input event? Yeah, so that's the same thing here. The raycasting doesn't find objects in their actual Z order anyway, so this appears to be entirely wrong approach. I do wonder if this bug is since explaining how the engine does it. If no one wanted the event so far and the camera is assigned to the viewport, a ray to the physics world in the ray direction from the click will be cast. If this ray hits an object, it will call the collision object input event function in the irrelevant physics object bodies, but areas do not. What? Bodies receive this callback by default, but areas do not. This can be configured through area properties. What are you talking about? Okay, I want to check one more thing here. If we can use the card priority here. So let me go to cards and let me check the area and set the priority to 1. So if now it handles the card as the first thing, I wonder. Look, no, it doesn't. That's very strange. Oh, I actually turned this off, so maybe that's the issue. Wait, it's not my turn actually. Nope. So this does nothing here. Wait, one more thing here. Oh, actually, I wanted to set this priority higher. I'm not sure if I was on my if it was my turns when I clicked it. So I want to check one more time the priority. Nope. Doesn't really care about the priority, it seems. Higher priorities areas are processed first. Well, yeah, but no. Okay, so what can we do here? I want to get this back. So what can we do here is to use raycasting, I guess, and find out what other areas are between the under the cursor. How to do it? How come around? Okay, let's actually read the next answer here. I had the same problem. Thank you for sharing your research. As you already mentioned, I'm using workaround. For those interested, instead of using input event, I did following. Add the new collision shape with the name collider to the area 2D. Oh yeah, so they are using the they are in the 2D space here. The circle shape. Okay, so this seems like a not really nice hack. I have different kind of clickable objects that can sometimes overlap. Yep, I want the mouse click to only register on the topmost This will be the node that is lowered in the scene tree. Okay. I solved the problem by making the topmost clickable object a texture button. Texture button click mask. Okay, that's not the what I want. An option that worked for me was to use mouse entered and mouse exited signals to keep track of which area 2D nodes were under the mouse cursor. Oh man. What? I don't understand this one. So mouse entered and mouse exited signals to keep the track of which area 2D nodes were under the mouse cursor. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, so it's unhandled. Okay. Mouse over, yeah, is held. Get 3. Hmm. Hmm. Is it really that? It's really. Is it really not possible to do? Camera is assigned to the viewport. Right set of physics fault in the ray direction will be cast. If the ray cast hits an object, it will call the collision object input event function. So bodies receive this callback by default, but areas do not. This can be configured through area properties. What do you mean by that? Are there any properties of the area which I am not seeing in the editor? Maybe? Collision layer. Collidable exists on 32 different layers. A contact is detected if object A is in a... Yeah, okay, so... collision mask. Gravity point, linear dump. Uh-huh. You know what? I'm thinking that... Yeah, I know what the problem is. Well, I think I know. So if an area is inside of another area, it doesn't really trigger it if it's inside. So what I need to do is to put the area in front of the second one, and then it should be handling the both areas. I think I had the same issue somewhere else, and yeah, that was the... Okay. So let me check. Some things here. Okay, so what I want to do here is to make this one a little bit thinner. And we want to move it into the front of the local player hand. So let me move it to the front. To be sure, I want to move it like quite a lot. Is it enough? Yeah. Okay. So now it should be invoking the both areas. I believe so. I'm almost sure. It's not. Okay. And what about if we change priority right now? Will it be different? So let's go to cards. Let's change the priority here to 10. Maybe this will need to be different here. Maybe I can play with layers if it does have any effect or impact. So one more time. No, it's not. die, man. It's not like too big, so it cannot overlap. Okay, and one more try. I want to now move it to the back, behind the cards. If there is some other issue or something, because it behaved like very strangely if I had it not inside of it. Yeah, so this is working for sure. That's clear. If I'm not clicking on the card, if I'm clicking on the card here. Okay, so another solution could be to do this on the cards directly. So not to have like a different container, but to have a card here. To have it on card. But that's not actually what I want to do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna end here. We didn't really move today too much. I'm gonna research it off stream, and we'll figure out something, because it's taking me too long here. I'm struggling again. It's okay. I'm still learning, so it's not an issue. But yeah, I think I will need to think about the best approach here. Maybe there's some bug in Godot. It's also possible. I found many bugs there while working with the different project, which were driving me mad. So it could be possible as well. But for now, we are going to end. So thank you all for watching. And I'm going back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European time. So we will, until then, I will try to figure out what the problem is, and we can move on to the next containers and to move camera there. And after that, we can move to the next actions. Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye.